All right, hey, I just wanted to check in because I finished another book, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. This is a very, very short book. It's actually just kind of a bunch of stories pieced together, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't know, and I really, really did enjoy it. It really, truly is just Adventures of Tom Sawyer. And there's a little thing at the beginning of this that actually Mark Twain says that all of these stories are based on either stories that happened to him or his friends or stories he heard about. And I think that's super, super interesting and really cool. I like anything. I'm finding in my reading journey so far that I really, really like things that take you back to the time. It doesn't have to be anything crazy that happens. I love feeling like I'm in that another time. Like, I love Stephen King's books for that reason. I feel like I really am in like the 80s. Like when he was writing some of those books and stuff, he makes you feel like you're in those time periods. And this feels the same way, and it's really, really enjoyable. I love it. Any kind of escape from the modern world is amazing for me. But I wanted to just kind of go over some of the stories and the adventures he has. They're super fun, and I really do. I'm just gonna say it right out the gate. I highly do recommend reading these. If reading this book, if you haven't, I will say I think I like Huckleberry Finn a little bit more than I liked Tom Sawyer, because I like Huckleberry Finn as a character a lot more than I like Tom Sawyer, but it's still fun nonetheless. This starts out with him whitewashing a fence for his aunt. It is he's painting it white or making it white or whatever, and kids keep coming by. There's one kid in particular that comes by, and he really wants to do it because Tom makes it look so fun. And Tom's like, no, I gotta be the one to do this. No other kid can do this. Only I'm the kind of kid that can do this. And the kid's like, come on, like, I'll trade you something. And he eventually trades for this ticket that they get at the church. If they can recite a Bible verse or whatever, they get tickets. And if they have a certain amount of tickets, they can trade it in for a Bible. And Tom eventually saves up enough tickets just by trading kids for these favors that he trades them in for a Bible. And the guy's like, can you name any of the disciples? And I think he names like David and Goliath or something like that. But they're like, oh, whatever. And I think they give him the Bible anyway. But it's really fun, really innocent little like thing, and everything kind of leads into each other. There's this girl at school, Becky Thatcher, and he marries her by declaring it and kissing her. And it doesn't last very long. At least she's pretty pissed about it because she finds out he's already done this with another girl. And Tom Sawyer's such a little asshole. It's so funny. This is kind of like where it starts the main through line of Injun Joe. When I say they, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn go to a graveyard to try to find a cure for warts, and they end up seeing Injun Joe kill somebody, and they get the hell out of Dodge, and they make a blood oath amongst themselves that they will never tell a single soul. They end up actually making it one more time just to really confirm that blood oath. Later, Tom, Huckleberry Finn, and Joe Harper, another kid, all run away from home, and they escape to this island where they're going to be pirates, and they're going to look for treasure, and they're going to go seafaring, and it's all things that kids dream of, you know? And they go and do it, and eventually they're out on their little raft, and they hear a cannon fire, and they're like, oh, they do that when they're trying to get bodies up from the water. I wonder who went missing. We're the ones that went missing. And they sneak into town and attend their own funeral, where they make this grand entrance. Tom makes this grand entrance, and it's such, again, he's such a little asshole. He is such a little asshole. It's so funny. Tom and Huckleberry Finn end up going to a haunted house because they want to look for buried treasure there. And guess who they run into? Injun Joe. He is there burying his own treasure, ends up accidentally digging up a bunch more treasure, and he looks over and sees Tom and Huckleberry Finn's tools sitting there, and he's like, somebody else has been here, and takes all of the stuff and gets out of there. And Huckleberry Finn ends up trailing him over the next, I think, couple of weeks or something like that, trying to get a good moment to try to take the treasure. During that time, Tom and Becky Thatcher go on a picnic with their school to this like cave area, and they end up getting lost in a cave together. And they send like a search party for Tom and Becky, and just as they're about to like give up looking for him or whatever, Tom, of course, right on in the nick of time, comes out, and they say this cave is too dangerous. We can't risk having kids get lost in there, because they were in there for a long time. Like, they were running out of food, and they had these little like candles to light the way, and they were out. And they were like, we can't risk this happening again. Let's seal up the cave. Well, fucking Injun Joe, that's where he was hiding up. And Tom actually knew that. He had run into him. He had seen him in there. Injun Joe fucking died in there, dead. They end up unsealing the cave and finding that out, and that's where that end of the story pretty much happens. Tom and Huckleberry Finn go back later and dig up the treasure. Huckleberry Finn gets adopted, which is pretty cool. He doesn't like the new adoption life at first, though, and he tries to run away from home again. And Tom's like, listen, you can't join my robber gang if you run away from home. And so he convinces him to go back home and be a good Huckleberry Finn. And it's such a cute story. I loved the whole thing. I highly recommend reading it if you haven't already. It's fantastic all the way through. It was fun. But anyways, if y'all stuck around this long, I appreciate it, and thanks.